Hey everyone, and welcome to this deep dive. We're going to be talking about online trends today.
Ooh.
Fun, I know, right? Like, have you ever scrolled through like your feed
Oh,
and you
yeah.
see those viral videos and you just like hit that like button without even
Or
thinking?
like those dance challenges.
Yes. It's like
hmm
we all get caught up in trends, and today we're going to try to figure out why.
It's kind of crazy how they work.
Right. So we've got some really cool sources to like guide us today.
Oh, cool. What are the...
We've got excerpts from this article, The Psychology Behind Trends.
Okay.
There's this whole article about like the psychology of viral content.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then there's like a snippet from an XBRI's video about digital virality.
Oh, wow.
It's really interesting stuff. So we're basically going to try to like decode your brain on trends,
I like...
why you follow them, why you
Yeah.
should share them, and just why they're so irresistible.
I think the coolest thing is that, like, understanding trends, it's not just about, like, figuring out the next big meme.
No.
It's like understanding social influence in the digital age. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay, so let's start with like that feeling you get when you share a hilarious meme
Okay.
or like you finally nail that viral dance craze.
Yes.
You feel good, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a mood booster.
Totally.
And guess what?
What?
There's a scientific reason for that.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, makes sense. It's like your brain is rewarding you.
Exactly. It's all about your brain's reward system.
Okay.
So when you share something that like makes you laugh or you feel connected,
Yeah.
your brain releases dopamine.
Oh, dopamine. The feel-good chemical.
Yeah. And that makes you want to keep doing things that make you feel good.
So it's like my brain is giving me a high five for sharing that funny cat video.
Pretty much.
That's awesome.
And there's this psychologist, Jonah Berger.
Okay.
He actually said arousal is an aversive state, so people want to get out of it by sharing.
Whoa. What does that even mean?
So basically, you're more likely to share content that makes you feel something strongly,
Okay.
whether it's like joy, anger, even fear, because your brain is like seeking that dopamine hit.
It wants to feel good again.
Exactly.
It's like a brain hack.
It is a total brain hack,
Right.
but it's not just about feeling good individually.
Right.
It's also about belonging.
Yeah. Like we're all connected.
Exactly. Humans are like social creatures by nature. We crave connection.
And online trends are part of that.
Yes.
Well-
Especially in today's digital age.
Like it's our shared language.
It is. So like when everyone's talking about the latest TikTok challenge and you're not in the loop.
You feel so left out.
Yes. Which brings us to FOMO.
FOMO. Oh, the fear of missing out.
Yes. It's real. And it's a powerful motivator.
It is. You see everyone online doing something fun. You're like, I need to be a part of this.
Exactly. And that ties back to our need to belong.
To a group. To feel included.
Yeah. And speaking of in-groups, think about how much we're influenced by celebrities.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like what they wear, what they support.
Want to be like them.
It's that whole in-group and out-group thing.
Classic psychology.
We want to belong to groups that make us feel accepted and valued.
And celebrities and influencers are like the ultimate aspirational in-group.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
by following their trends, it's like we're getting closer to them.
Totally. It's like if Beyonce's wearing it, it must be cool.
Pretty much. But here's what's really interesting. Sometimes it's not even about the trend itself.
What do you mean?
It's about how sharing it makes us look.
Oh, you're right. Like creating that perfect online persona.
Exactly.
Like that article we read about people on Twitter sharing articles they haven't even read.
Oh, yeah. It's not about the information. It's about looking smart.
Yes. Like, look how informed and engaged I am.
It's like a digital version of keeping up with the Joneses.
But this desire to look perfect can lead to slacktivism.
Slacktivism.
Yeah, you know, like showing support online without taking real action.
Oh, I get it. Like posting a black square for Black Lives Matter, but not actually doing anything else.
Yeah. It feels good for a minute, but then it's like, wait, what did I actually do?
That's a good point. And that's where trends can get a little tricky.
How so?
Sometimes they act like these mental shortcuts.
Oh,
They require way less effort than actual critical thinking.
so it's easier to just follow the crowd.
Yeah, it is. Instead of stopping and thinking, do I actually agree with this?
Am I actually making a difference?
Exactly.
So I guess trends aren't always rainbows and sunshine.
Well, no, not always. But it's not all doom and gloom either.
True. Because they can also be a really cool way to learn new things.
Oh, absolutely. They can totally expand our horizons.
Remember the Dalgona coffee craze during the pandemic?
Oh my God, yes. Everyone was trying to make that fluffy coffee at home.
And the crochet resurgence? So many people picked up that craft.
It was like everyone was getting creative and connecting with each other.
Yeah, even while we were stuck at home.
Exactly. And those trends show how adaptable our brains are.
Okay, so we've got trends that make us feel good, trends that make us feel connected, and trends that can teach us new skills.
Right.
But how do we know which trends are worth our time and energy?
That's a great question. I think it's about recognizing the power of social proof.
Social proof. What's that?
Okay, think about how many times you've bought something because your favorite influencer recommended it.
Oh, yeah.
Or you saw people raving about a show, so you checked it out.
Oh, yeah.
That's social proof. Our brains are wired to trust the wisdom of the crowd.
So if we see hundreds of people doing something,
We're more likely to do it too.
makes sense. Which is why social media influencers are so powerful.
It's like digital word-of-mouth marketing on a massive scale.
Wow. But this also means we have to be careful about who we're trusting online, right?
Oh, definitely. Just because something's trending doesn't mean it's good.
Right. We can't just turn off our brains and let the trends dictate what we do.
We need to think critically.
Like, okay, everyone's doing this, but is it actually right for me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But going back to what you said about social proof being like word-of-mouth marketing,
Yeah.
I have a question. What if we could use social proof for good?
Ooh, that's a good question. What if we could use trends to spread awareness about important issues?
Or promote positive change?
Or encourage kindness?
Yes. Like imagine if going viral meant something more than just a funny dance.
What if it meant making a real difference?
That's the kind of virality we need more of. Trends that inspire us to be better.
To do better?
Yeah.
To make a positive impact?
Exactly.
Okay, I'm totally on board with that. So trends can connect us, they can teach us, and they can inspire us to make a difference.
That's powerful.
But I guess they can also be kind of fleeting, right?
That's true. Trends are often temporary.
They come and go, sometimes super fast.
Like those internet challenges that are everywhere for a week and then poof, they're gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But even though trends might be fleeting,
Yeah.
they can still reflect deeper changes in our culture.
And our values.
Oh, I never thought about it that way. So you're saying even silly trends can tell us something about what's happening in society.
Think about it. Trends in fashion, music, even language. They can all be indicators of what people are thinking and feeling.
So like the rise of body positivity in fashion shows a shift in how we view beauty standards.
Exactly. Or the growing popularity of plant-based diets shows that people are thinking about the environment.
So even though a specific trend might fade away, the values behind it can last.
It's like trends are little windows into our collective consciousness.
Whoa.
They give us glimpses into what matters to people at a specific time.
I like that.
Oh,
Okay, so
good.
we've talked about how trends can be powerful, they can be fleeting, and they can reflect deeper values.
Right.
But how do we make sure we're engaging with them in a meaningful way?
That's where things get really interesting. It's about being more than just a passive consumer.
Oh,
It's about becoming a conscious participant.
wait, so we have a responsibility when it comes to trends.
I think so. Instead of just getting caught up in the hype,
Yeah.
we can take a step back and ask ourselves, what does this trend actually represent?
What values does it promote?
And how can I engage with it in a way that feels authentic to me?
You're right. We should be more critical about the trends we follow.
We need to be mindful.
Make conscious choices.
Not just go with the flow because everyone else is.
So it all comes back to that question we keep asking.
How can we be more intentional about the trends we follow and the content we share?
How can we use our platforms to amplify voices that matter, promote causes we believe in, and inspire positive change?
We've talked about how trends can be fleeting.
But how can we use our understanding of them to make a lasting impact?
These are the questions we need to be asking ourselves as we navigate this crazy world of online trends.
Wow.
It's not just about what's trending.
It's about what truly matters.
Exactly.
I think we need a moment to let that sink in. Okay.
Wow.
It's a lot to think about, right? It's like trends are this whole hidden language.
Yeah, like we're all speaking it whether we know it or not.
Exactly. And the more we understand it, the more we can use it to communicate and connect.
Right.
So what does the future of this trend language look like? Things change online so fast, it's hard to keep up.
I know what you mean. The digital world is constantly evolving.
Like new platforms pop up, algorithms change. It's crazy.
It is. But you know what's interesting? The psychology behind why things go viral? That stays pretty much the same.
Really?
Yeah. Think about it.
Okay.
People are always drawn to things that make them feel strong emotions.
Like we were talking about earlier.
Right. Things that make them feel connected to others.
And things that offer something new.
Novelty. It's a big one.
So even if we don't know what the next viral trend will be,
We can kind of understand the why.
the motivations behind it?
Exactly.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better about keeping up with all the changes. But it also makes me think about our responsibility
Oh,
as content creators and as consumers.
what do you mean?
Like, you know that saying, with great power comes great responsibility?
Yeah.
I think that applies to our online presence too.
I like that.
Well,
It's like we have to be mindful of what we create and share.
because it impacts others.
Right. We have the power to contribute to a positive culture.
Or we can just add to the noise.
That's a good way to put it. It's like we can't just throw things out there without thinking.
Our choices have real-world impact.
For good or for bad.
Right.
It's like we're all navigating these powerful currents online.
And trends.
Exactly. And they can sweep us along. But we're not just helpless rafts.
We have a choice.
We can choose how we navigate them, steer ourselves towards something good.
So as we're wrapping up this deep dive,
Yeah.
the biggest takeaway for me is we need to be more conscious online.
More intentional about what we do.
Right.
Let's use our knowledge about trends to create content that actually inspires people,
That educates them.
that empowers them. And let's use our platforms to amplify voices that need to be heard.
To support causes we care about.
It's like we have this amazing opportunity to shape the digital world,
For the better.
one trend at a time.
And remember, even small actions can make a difference.
Absolutely. Just one share, a thoughtful comment, even taking a moment to think before you post,
It all adds up.
it creates a ripple effect.
So everyone listening, go out and be the best digital citizen you can be. Use your knowledge wisely
Spread positivity.
and always stay curious.
Keep exploring. The world of online trends is fascinating.
But maybe think twice before trying that viral spicy food challenge.
Oh, yeah. Maybe not all trends are worth following blindly.
Uh-huh. Okay, so that's it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Until next time.
Keep learning, keep questioning,
Yeah.
and keep connecting. Wow, so much to think about. Like, trends are this whole language
They really are. And like with any language,
Yeah.
the more you understand it, the better you can use it.
to connect with people.
Exactly.
So what do you think? What's the future of this whole trend language thing?
Well, things online change so fast. It's hard to say for sure.
I know. Like, new platforms are always popping up, and algorithms change all the time,
It's true. The digital landscape is constantly evolving. But here's the thing.
right?
Human psychology, that stays pretty consistent.
What do you mean?
I mean, the reasons why things go viral, those basic motivations, they don't really change that much.
Oh, okay. So even if we don't know what the next viral trend will be,
Right.
we can still understand the why,
Yeah. We know that people are always drawn to strong emotions.
like joy, anger, fear,
Exactly. And they want to feel connected to others.
and they crave novelty,
New experiences.
new ideas.
That makes me feel a little less overwhelmed about keeping up with everything, but it also makes me think about our responsibility
Oh, interesting.
as content creators and consumers.
I see what you're saying.
Like, we have this power to influence others online,
That's true.
and with that power comes responsibility.
I agree. It's
Yep.
like we have to be mindful of what we put out there.
Yeah. Are we contributing to a positive online culture, or are we just adding to the noise?
That's a good question.
Hmm.
We can't just blindly follow trends or create content without thinking out the impact.
No, we can't. Our choices online have real-world consequences.
When we can't ignore that. It's like we're all navigating these powerful currents.
Mhm.
Yes. And they can easily sweep us away. But we're not just helpless.
We have a choice.
We can choose how we navigate those currents.
Steer ourselves towards something positive, something meaningful.
I love that.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of online trends,
Yeah.
I think the biggest takeaway for me is that we need to be more intentional online.
More conscious of our choices.
Let's use what we know about trends to create content that inspires,
That educates.
that empowers. And let's use our platforms to amplify voices that need to be heard.
To support causes we care about.
It's like we have this incredible opportunity to shape the digital world.
One trend at a time.
And remember, even small actions can make a difference.
A single share. A thoughtful comment. Even just pausing to reflect before you hit send.
Those things can create a ripple effect. So to everyone listening out there, go out and be the best digital citizen you can be.
Use your knowledge wisely. Spread positivity. And stay curious.
Keep learning, keep questioning, and keep connecting.
That's what it's all about.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Until next time.